What's up guys, Ben here and welcome to Motivation to Invest. Eric Sprott is a Canadian billionaire known as the biggest silver and gold bull in the industry. In fact, he actually has over 90% of his assets in gold and silver. So what's his secret to success? Well, in this video we're going to find out as I reveal Eric Sprott's top 6 rules for success when picking silver and gold mining stocks. Without further ado, let's dive in. Welcome back guys to Motivation to Invest. Before we get started, if you appreciate the hard work that goes into these videos, then please give this video a big thumbs up. That really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, which allows me to create more great investing videos for you guys. And if you want more investing tips and exclusive stock picks, which I personally am investing into, then you should definitely subscribe to this channel and turn that notification bell on. With that being said, let's get into the video. Kicking things off at rule number 6, steal value.
My core investment philosophy is going to sound odd putting it this way. You have to steal value. In other words, you have to go and find an investment opportunity where it's incredibly inexpensive vis-a-vis the market. If it's not inexpensive vis-a-vis the market, you just buy the market. So you got to go out and look for something that's particularly appealing, that perhaps there's things that are likely to happen that the market's not prepared to anticipate yet, but you can foresee that it should happen. For example, if somebody's exploring and it looks like they got pretty good ground and maybe they hit something and you've anticipated that. Price of gold going up or silver going up, things like that, the market's discounting or perhaps even projecting things going opposite where you might think they're going. And you have to learn to take advantage of those opportunities because, of course, the rewards are quite incredible.
On to rule number 5, hold on to your winners.
Times when people said, Eric, you've got all this information at your disposal. Do you have a better batting average than the average person? You diversify into all these different things. And you said, well, to remind everybody, you said, no, I don't, but I'm smart enough to know when I got a winner, I don't just bail out.
You got to stick with your winners, okay? One of the great things that happened to me, of course, I had a big winner from 2011 to 2016, 17 in Kirkland Gold, which went against the grain of everything else. And it was fairly easy, by the way, and I explained it many, many times in public forums what was going on there. And I'm going to tell you, I have a deja vu all over again about silver. I see exactly what's transpiring here. Very clear to me. Now, I get a lot of help from these other experts for sure, and it sort of reinforces, then if somebody comes along technically says it's going to 33 to 35, okay, here we go. My thinking says it's going there and way beyond there, so fine, I'll play it.
Where and you always mention too, when you get a winner, you keep going. You don't just, it's like the people, everybody touts Tesla going from 300 to 1,300, but the only people that made $1,000 a share are the ones that held it the whole time. They didn't try to trade in, trade out, make $50 here and that kind of thing.
On to rule number 4, look at supply and demand data.
Well, what I see is I look at sort of weekly, daily, quarterly demand for gold and silver. You see statistics that are just crying out to you that, oh my goodness, the yearly demand for gold and silver is way beyond supply, that inventories are being diminished, and someday there'll be a reset. I could point to all sorts of things now that might show that. Shanghai Exchange, I think exchanges 10 tons a day. We see Russia, for example, about 30 tons last month, the month of August. So 5 tons represents nothing. The paper shorts against that 5 tons are 250 times larger. So that's one example. We see the example of China now announcing their monthly gold purchases, which they hadn't before. Now, I've always believed they've purchased them, but why might it be significant? Because, for example, the World Gold Council data has never included the People's Bank of China ever buying gold. So let's say the People's Bank of China comes in and buys 5% of the world's gold demand out of nowhere, and supply hasn't gone up. You would think that would lead to a tightness. The coin sales at the various mints are exploding, and there's lots of delivery delays and so on. In silver, it was a very interesting statistic announced in India that they imported something like 1,426 tons in the month of August. The world supply is about 2,200 tons a month, so that's an incredibly large number. Interestingly, 3 years ago, India imported a total of 2,000 tons for the year. So 1,426 tons in a month is a stunning kind of number. I don't even know where they get that kind of tonnage, to be brutally honest with you, but it must be running really tight. The metals are in backwardation here, which suggests there's a shortage in the near term. So that's, I still am a great believer that gold was manipulated down to make the policies of zero interest rates and money printing seem like they were normal.
On to rule number 3, research the small cap space.
I've always been a huge believer in looking in the small cap area. That's something that each individual can do if you have some kind of analytic ability and or ability to find sources of analysis that you rely on who are pointing out great value. So I think it's an area that is much, much more rewarding than just going with the market.
On to rule number 2, think big.
Versus what can happen here. We've already seen stocks that have gone up 500 and 1,000%. And yeah, I guess a lot of guys are tempted to sell them because they're in the chips here. But when you look at the economic proposition in front of you, you realize, oh my God, there's a lot more upside here.
Yeah.
I put a kind of blind bids for about 7 silver stocks yesterday. Some of them I've never even heard of before, but they had silver and they were trading at garbage market caps. And I said, fine, you got 30 million ounces of silver and your market cap's 5 million. I'll buy 20% of your company. Thank you very much. I hope you have it. And we'll see where it goes. Because I'm imagining the stock can go up 20, 40, 50, 100 times.
Could you
get in there, baby?
And now on to rule number 1, look for undervalued stocks using mining data.
Well, I think the best way is to find an undervalued investment vis-a-vis what's out there. There's lots of data to use, whether it's production per ounce or production per market cap, resources per market cap, cash flow per market cap, earnings per market cap. Those are all the kind of milestones that one would use. And if you can find someone that is arguably much, much cheaper than the norm, I think those stocks will certainly outperform in the medium term versus the regular market. And it's been my experience that you can find those situations. I remember buying Goldcorp back in 2000 when it was all of like 500 million market cap, and I think it might have got up to something pushing 20 billion. And there were non-believers in the Red Lake deposit at the time, and as it turned out, it was a great deposit. One could have kind of figured that out based on reading the annual report. So if you do a little homework, you can find things that are incredibly great investments.
So what do you think of investing into gold and silver? Let me know in the comments below and I'll join in the discussion. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you give it a big thumbs up. That really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, which allows me to create more great content like this for you guys. And if you want more investing tips and exclusive stock picks, which I personally am investing into, then you should definitely subscribe to this channel and turn that notification bell on. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Invest safe.